Fist to you all, for Friday has come once again here at Preach Gaming HQ, and I am more than happy to be spending my afternoon with you guys. In fact, it is one of my last afternoons here in the UK for a couple of weeks. On Monday morning, on this delicious Monday morning that is coming in just a couple of days, I will be once again on a plane. I have just returned from Mexico, but I'm going to be on a plane once again, flying out to Hamburg, Germany, to take part in casting the Race to World First for the brand new raid. Yes, indeed, the Sepulchre of the Chosen. I'll be there. I'm going to be in Echo's corner this time around. I wish we could combine all these top guilds so we could have the actual Super Bowl of raiding. That would be my dream. But that is not to be this time. So I will be there with the World of Warcraft team as they go on to take down the Jailer in what is shaping up to be one of the most interesting races for World of Warcraft there has ever been, because they have not even seen the final 3 bosses. Blizzard has chosen to withhold them from the raiders. They have gone untested. They have gone unseen. And seemingly, Mr. Anduin, even on Heroic, is proving to be a mighty challenge for most of the guilds in the world. Has been defeated by Team Liquid, has been defeated by Team Echo, but we have not seen, because Anduin is not the final boss. The Jailer is the final boss, and I am more than excited to sit down and see the first look. Hopefully Echo will get there first, so just for selfish reasons, so I can see it first as well with you guys. Once they actually crush Anduin on Mythic, and then go and see what these untested bosses are like. I'm sure it will be fine. Historically speaking, bosses that have gone untested have been perfection. Perfection itself. And I'm sure they've put so much effort into it being amazing, which means we probably will have drama time next week. It will be at some different time, because I'm scheduled to be casting in the afternoons, because our day-to-day streams will continue as normal. And in fact, on Tuesday, we will be 100% no stall beginning Endwalker. The Endwalker is nigh. The Endwalker is ready. I have been testing out other Final Fantasy jobs today to see how they play, and it's been really interesting, because apparently I chose the most immobile class in the entire game, and trying out different jobs has opened me up to a whole new world of possibilities of being able to actually move left and or right, and while still maintaining DPS, which has been an eye-opening experience to say the least. Yes, we have also been playing Elden Ring, which is shaping up to be the game of the decade as far as I'm concerned. Unfortunately, we would not have time to finish it before I went to Germany, which means we will be returning to that at a later date and see whether that is going to be the case. And as well as Final Fantasy VII, we have a lot on our plate, let's put it that way. We have a lot on our plate, and it's going to be super fun to explore all those things. It's going to be super, super fun. But that's not why you're here today, ladies and gentlemen. That's not why you're here, why I look so stressed, because we've just been recording up until 5 minutes past 4. It is, in fact, drama time, where we have stories sent from around the world by you wonderful viewers, expressing your own personal demons. I think it's fair to say your own personal demons in the way you may have acted towards friends and guildies and free company members in your time. Or, in fact, somebody did something horrible to you, or something funny, or something interesting, or something along those lines. So that is what we're looking at today. In fact, I need to change this. Oh, because I'm no longer in Mexico. Let's do this real quick. Endwalker begins Tuesday in Germany from Monday. Get hype. And also, come meet me in Hamburg on the 12th, or you are a fail. There we go. There we go. Come and meet me on the 12th, on Saturday the 12th. We will be organising some sort of meet-up so that we can all get together, as many of us as possible, to have a beer and share in a schnitzel or something along those lines on Saturday the 12th. So if you are local to the Hamburg area, it would be nice if you could come and say hi. It's very rare I get to be in that part of the world, and I would, especially after the pandemic, so it would be really, really nice if I get to meet some of you and have some fun. That would be sick. Schnitzel or Doner. Germans seem very impressed that they have kebabs, which is... on sausages. They seem very impressed with themselves, the Germans, that they have what we just call kebab, and you can buy on pretty much every single street in the UK. But they celebrate it. They think it's amazing. So whatever it's going to be. German doner is so much better. I mean, no, but sure. I would just disagree with that. Oh, no names required for our first story here. I mean, yes. I mean, no. I mean, it depends. Not all kebab is equal, exactly. And as you can buy a kebab on every street corner in Germany and in the UK, then you can pretty much find all different varieties, from good to bad, to go along with it, as well as you can with Germans ones. I'm happy for you guys and your doner kebab. It's really good. It's really, really exciting. It's just like when I found out that the Americans do have fish and chips. They just call them fish tacos. It's basically exactly the same thing. There's literally no difference whatsoever besides the introduction of a taco, which we would use just bread instead. You have all these things. Okay. I have a note here for Need a Legendary. This is from Bex. Mike, this is the person who sent you the hammer. Do you remember the hammer? Where's my hammer? Genuine sledgehammer covered in fur with a proper hilt, the whole business. Oh god, I shouldn't mess with this thing. This thing is dangerous. I'm going to break a desk. I am 100% going to break a desk with that. I'm trying to demonstrate. I'm trying to get the weight of that thing over to you guys, but it's not entirely possible. It's not entirely possible. Okay, let's get into this. Let's have some fun. Let's have a nice Friday together, shall we? Hello, Preacher! And again, I would like to reiterate with all my heart, you're wonderful. So very honourable, chat. Okay, you're buttering them up real nice. I have good news for you all. I finally learned what a verb is. I am a teacher, but so I asked one of my students, and the answer they gave me was a verb is a doing word, and I told them they are correct. Smart. That's a smart. Sorry for this little short explanation, but I think most of you might remember me from some previous stories. But I told you that my next story would be, do you need a legendary? And I would need some time and preparation, including a little help from your wonderful Bex. No, don't worry. I left her alone and didn't cast a meteor into the planet, as you may have feared. The only thing I needed help from was her to make sure the hammer, which now hopefully stands beside you, would reach you. But one thing at a time. You said last time that you hate me. I did. I can't deny that. I did say that. But you see, hating me is not enough. For Mike, I am a teacher. And being hated is part of my life. And usually I even get paid. But for you and the chat and the audience, I do this for free. You generous soul. You generous soul. I didn't hate all my teachers. You don't need to be hated as a teacher. That's not a requirement of the job, by the way. At least no money will be involved. It will only cost you a tiny bit of your soul. And if someone hates you for no real reason, I should give you a reason. We had reasons. No. In this specific case of hatred, it's just not enough. Because you have to truly believe me. After all, this is the internet, and every crazy person with a keyboard could come up with any outlandish story about destroying the fun time of one's cousin, or the busting of a guild full of arseholes, and everyone says, ha ha ha, what a dumbass, or fake story. And nobody really takes it serious. And the story I've sent to you today is so outlandish and unbelievable that I had to make sure you believe my words and add some weight. Oh god, where are we going, Bex? Where are we going? Are we on a journey? To explain myself. In my entire life, since the day I could, I was always tinkering, experimenting, crafting, and never lost my sense of learning something new, and my ability to remember certain things very accurately may helped me here too. Also, I had a very specific full-time job before I began to study to become a teacher, and so over all these years, these skills I have put to good use. Sometimes for better, and sometimes for worse. But with every project, my knowledge grew, my crafting became better, and I learned a bunch of nice tricks, which I also teach sometimes to my students. For an example, You surely heard of weddings where the couple would cut the wedding cake with a sword. Me and my spouse had such a wedding. And I forged the cake-cutting sword by myself. Not bad. Not bad. Why? Because I could. That's cool. That's cool. I did not cut my wedding cake with a sword. I never even considered doing that, actually. I'll be honest, it never entered my head to use a sword to cut the wedding cake. That sounds really dangerous. Somebody actually dropped our wedding cake before I even got to see it. The person who brought it to the venue dropped it on the floor. But, you know, whatever. I got over it. You don't believe me? Here is a picture of me and my spouse at our wedding, cutting the cake. Oh, he sent pictures. And I engraved our names and the date of the wedding upon the blade. Holy shit. Okay. Let's assess this blade. All right. Why the meme pictures? Why would you put them? Okay, so we have a three-tiered wedding cake here. Is being cut by a very, very shiny sword, yet we have Magusta and Trollface over the wife and groom here to go with it for our wonderful audio listeners. And also, what are these? Are these like jellies or little ice creams or something? Exactly this sword is seen here resting above our television in the living room. What kind of camera did you use? What the fuck is that? What is that? 1:2 resolution? What is this? You can forge a sword, but you can't take a picture? I mean, some of us aren't rich. It's 2022. It's not rich people that have cameras, all right? Can we get over this? That, like, televisions did not come out last year, all right? Flip phone camera. Yeah, flip phone. You don't need to be rich to have a reasonable camera. All right? That's not a rich person thing. So, yeah. You could say I have a little bit of a talent in crafting and learning new things, and skills and the sword and the hammer were not the only things I have built in my time. Well, for now, let's begin. My story today marks one of my opus magnums, where it is so extremely unbelievable that I had to make some arrangements so that you, your audience, and the chat believed me. During the story, you will think, no one on the person and the planet is that committed to a cause, and this must be fake. But let me assure you that these events took place. Also, it is important to say that these took place a bit over 10 years ago. And even if there happens to be something illegal, which I'm still not sure about, it's already time barred. Is this story safe, Bex? I'm very worried. I am very concerned. We're good, right? Yep, okay. We have the thumbs up from Bex. We're good. We're good. Okay. Strap in, team. The story of today leads us to one of the best MMOs I've ever played. It was called Rift, Plains of Telara. I never played it, so I can't judge. I can't judge. Maybe you remember that I quit World of Warcraft during the Love is in the Air event at the beginning of Cataclysm because this expansion was so shitty. Yes, I still stand by this. You're objectively wrong. Cataclysm was great. I hated it. I hated that the talent trees were removed. And Rift just happened to be releasing during this time. And oh boy, they had so many talent trees. Talent trees everywhere. I still think to this day that this was the best skilling system ever being used in an MMORPG. I never saw it, so I can't comment on it. When the game launched, I created a female elf rogue. And because of the unique skilling system, it was possible to tank as a rogue. And it was awesome. I am one of these crazy people who like tanking. I like tanking. And of course DPSing, but I fucking hate healing. It's for losers. No way. I'm leveling up in Final Fantasy XIV to level a healer. I can't wait to heal. I was popping off today in the Palace of the Dead. I saved several lives. Several lives. So this rogue was the perfect class for me. In every MMO, there are always too few tanks, and because I was quite good at tanking and DPSing, yes, my math skills proved to be useful once more, I soon was recruited by one of the upcoming raiding guilds. There was one condition. I didn't want to use voice comms. Why? I know, I can read your mind through space and time. You're the tank of a raid and you won't use voice. Are you a moron? Pretty accurate, actually. That's pretty accurate, honestly. Well, I have my reasons. Are you not going to tell us? We don't get the reasons? Long story short, it was possible, and yes, I did my job very well. And so time passed by for a few months. I was just tanking and chilling, at peace with myself and having fun again in a back then very, very good game. Maybe there was some accident and he hasn't got a voice. Right? There could be something along those lines. It's not necessarily something weird. It could be the case that they have something wrong with their voice. We don't know. There could be something like that. There could have been a cake sword accident. Right? There could have been some sort of cake sword accident that went on. This is the author showing you the hammer she made. Ah. Did you not want to talk on voice because you is a lady? Is that why? How tall are you? You Dutch? Why the troll face? So vindictive. He's so vindictive. Is that why? It's a very small classroom. I'm not... No, because that's a normal sized desk. Let me compare here, right? That's about thigh height. You must be about 6 foot. Easy. You must be about 6 feet tall. For sure. Gotta be. Seems Dutch to me. He's wearing boots, though. Okay. Okay. Alright. But one night, after race, she's wearing 2-foot heels. You guys have got all this weighed out. I don't know. I don't think they're 2-foot heels. We'll see. 6 foot. She's Austrian. That's the same part. I mean, Netherlands, Austrian. Come see, come sa. One night after the raid, I just didn't want to go to bed so soon. And I just started to farm some platinum, which was the money in the game. And when I start farming, I could do this for hours. Oh, I wish I could still do that. I truly do. I truly do. There's quite a meditating vibe about farming if it's done right. And because it was summer and the university was closed during this time, I had all the time in the world. Not that I needed the money, since guildies were always given some platinum to buy their raiding stuff. I still like farming, and I still like to do it to this day. The British showing... I mean, I think the average height of the women in the UK, I could Google it. My guess is 5'2". I'm going 5'2". 5'3". Oh, no. Oh, the average height of a man is 5'9". And women, yeah, women are 5'3" is the average. Yeah, 5'3". Wait, where am I reading this from? Hold on. Let me just read this paragraph to you guys, because it's going to make a lot of people feel really bad. In the UK, the average height of a man, according to the Office of National Statistics, is 5'9", and a woman is 5'3". This means men just below national average are the most lusted after, as are women slightly above the national average. The most lusted after men are the shorter ones? This is fake news. Right? This is fake news. That's some fake news. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Well, Emma's 5'2", I think. I think Emma's 5'2". So she's on the average. By whom other men? I don't know. I've never heard of that in my entire life. I've never heard that in my entire life. Okay, sure. I mean, if it's on the internet, it has to be true, right? I kind of want to read more of this article because this is just full of shit. I'll link it for some hot facts in the chat. There you go. It's from thestandard.co.uk. It was the top Google result. Chris's laugh was awesome. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's get back to farming. After an unhealthy amount of time farming, I noticed that the three characters was. I noticed that the three characters were still online, and suddenly I had a bad. What three characters? What? Huh? What 3 characters? Oh, okay. I think there's just an extra word in there. After an unhealthy amount of time farming, I noticed that 3 characters were still online, and suddenly I had a bad feeling. The characters that were online were the ones who sent money to other members of the guild. It was deep in the night, and no one else was online. So I decided to take it to the pink. Oh, no. Hey. This is the voice I'm giving you now. Hey. Want to go to a dungeon? I'll tank. No response. Not by one of them. My bad feeling was getting worse, and I decided to take a look at one of these characters. After some searching, I found him. They were botting. Oh, God. I had been receiving gold, platinum, from bots in the mail. I had been receiving illegal platinum. Oh, no. You poked the bear. You poked the bear. You poked the bear. Oh God, there's a lot of caps lock here, dudes. There's a lot of caps lock. I proudly claim to have never, ever cheated in online games. Not a single time. Same. And there I was. They had tainted me. They had besmirched me. They had sent me illegally gained money. I was furious. There's absolutely no way I could cast this feeling into words. I can try to, but there is no word in any human language that is able to describe the absolute primal rage I felt. Only hints. If I was a Cyan, I'm sure this would have been the moment that I went super and turned my hair golden. You think the things I did to my cousin were evil only because I was disgusted by him buying gold back in Wrath of the Lich King? Or the busting the ICC guild because they screwed me over a stupid trinket? Well, being me, I decided to come up with a plan. I would not only get these 3 players, which had tainted me, banned or something. No. I was going to annihilate their guild. I would destroy them. I would destroy my own guild. Nobody was innocent anymore. We were all part of the corruption. Everyone in my sight was guilty. They might not know. They're not guilty. Stop. You have to stop. They're not guilty. They have no idea. If you work somewhere and you get paid monthly and you find out the boss has been embezzling money, that's not your fault. That's not your fault. You did nothing wrong at all. Nothing. They're innocent people. You're innocent. It's not your fault. In my heart, everyone from Raider to casual was guilty. God, look at the picture they put with it. So you have a London Warcraft 3 image. Yes, must be, the entire guild must be purged. You know, just no. You need to take it a step back. You're married, you say? Huh. 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 That's a thinker. Good luck. Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Now, not even their precious hardware would be safe. What? What? Because this time when I say destroy, I really mean destroy in the very physical sense. And I mean, actually, this one stunning gaming machine is now not more than some electric components ready to be recycled, destroy. But for this, I needed to get them into the real world. Oh, no. Okay, I have the thumbs up from Bex here, so... The next day, I unsuspiciously asked a little bit around in the guild. Just if someone knew something about these 3 characters and the money they were sending around. Yes, basically... Oh, fuck. Practically everybody in the guild knew that they were bots. And they were happy about it because that meant their raiding was free. Bastard. I felt dumber than ever. I felt dumber than ever. How could I not have noticed? How was I the only one who didn't know? Justified? I don't know. So, I let a few days pass. And then I suggested that we should have a meeting IRL, and most of the team agreed that this would be great. You know, a guild meetup. Somewhere we can share, we can bond, we can come together as a team. We could raid together, just have a chill time, like at the LAN parties from our youth. God, I'm feeling old now, and I'm only a little bit older than you. To be fair, I'm also organizing a meetup. Well, Zoe is, for the crawlers, because I want to meet everybody as well. But that's safe. I don't plan, and I don't think Zoe plans, to destroy people's computers or anything. Yes, we're planning a meetup. Well, we're having a meetup in Hamburg, and we're planning another meetup. Probably October, it looks like. We all were scattered across the German-speaking part of Europe. But our GM's house was located more or less, reachable for all of us, in the middle of this area. His house was also, let's just say, not small. And in the basement, we could plant our computers and raid as a guild. Not even a handful of people wouldn't take part in this meeting, and the players of the 3 bot accounts would also be there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. No PCs at the meetups. No. There'll be no gaming at the meetups. There will be bans. Because Rift needed a decent machine, stronger than a World of Warcraft one to run smoothly, I had updated my old computer, but I still had the old parts. Are you taking a scam PC? What are you going to do? Are you going to short out everyone's computer? Please don't. That's so much money. Please don't do that. Please don't. Playing with this old hardware was not fun. But it was possible, and for my plan, I needed some disposable components. I grabbed a very old PC from the mid-90s and used its casing for the old but still usable computer parts. This is so much effort. This old casing was perfect since it was basically a safe with walls of 2mm thick steel and had the durability of a Nokia 3310. This was all that was needed because every bit of space that was not needed by my outdated components was used by transformers, capacitors, high voltage cables, and other such things. Long story short, this PC was the closest thing you could get to an EMP weapon and was going to roast every electronic device connected along the same circuit. Okay. You have become a supervillain at this point, right? You're using science for bad. Okay? You've become an actual supervillain. You're using this. You're supposed to be using this for good. You're a teacher. You teach children. What are you teaching them? What books are they reading in your class? Right? I'll spare you all the details of the exact construction. All you need to know is that this PC would be able to pump 2,500 amps and 4,600 volts back into the electricity grid, unleashing 12.4 megawatts of power there for a split second, but only once. Basically, this was the 1% of a stored lightning bolt. Back then, it was hilarious to me that this was quite near to 1% of 1.21 gigawatts needed for the DeLorean to jump through time. See, I like that reference. See, I hate you, but also like you. It's such a confusing time for us all. It's a very confusing time. It really is. And it still makes me grin to this day. To build my very special PC, I now had some weeks since it needs time to organize for so many people to come together. I'm sure you know this from PreachCon. I do. But anyway, the day of the meeting came and I packed my new PC together with some other hardware in a really big moving box and put it into the car. Drove all the way alone and arrived on a sunny Friday afternoon. My spouse knew about the guild meeting, but I never talked about the shit I was constructing. Do I know more about you than he does? Because I mean, not just me, I mean everybody here. Do we know more about you, the real you, than he does? Because that's kind of like psychopath territory, right? Are you using drama time to sort of unleash all this stuff you've had buried deep inside for so long? I just told my spouse I was spending time with my hobbies. Are we tainted now? Are you coming to get us? I'm a little afraid. Should I be afraid? Should I man the hammer at the door? I'm a little scared now. Everybody, don't take your PC anywhere for a little while, okay? No loose ends. This is dark. Most of the other guild members arrived the same day, and most of us saw us there for the first time ever, and some people were surprised by the looks of one another, claiming they thought they would look completely different based on the sound of their voice. The biggest surprise, sure, was me, since they had never heard my voice. Together, we built the Fortress of Nerdiness in the basement, and I chose a place in a corner, as much hidden as possible. The moving box was so big, and my new PC so heavy, that I needed to get them to help drag it down the stairs. But I was able to put everything in place. With my super old tower, and I even bought a CRT monitor. Jesus fuck. Obviously, I didn't want to roast my flat screen. I raised some eyebrows. But everybody knew that I was just a poor student, so no one gave a shit, and some even joked about my hardware. Ha ha ha, I thought. Smiley face. Smiley face. The empty moving box itself I put at the area under the stairs, out of sight of anybody. The raid at Friday night began. Everyone who was not there at the place came online from their homes, and together we raided the Tier 1 content. I really can't even remember the name of the raid. Something with dark tentacles, wiggle wiggle. And then, suddenly, the power went off. For some reason, the electric fuse was triggered and the whole raid, at least the present players, was sat in the dark. This happened a couple of times this evening, and everyone thought it must have been the unusually high power needed by all the gaming machines on at once. To make it clear, that obviously was not the case, because I was the reason. When building the PC, I took one of the covers intended for an optical drive off and built 2 switches and 2 different triggers. Why? Why? You need to talk to somebody. You really do. You really do. You need to talk to somebody. It's not me. This old casing was also very useful to my plan because it was possible to hide all the optical drives at once with another cover. The switches were used as the lock, so the triggers could only be activated when the correct switch was moved. Since you had some trouble in my Goldshire video, I made you a Venn diagram of what they would do. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's assess this plan. All right, so we have a blue on-off. We have a red on-off. Okay. So it needs everything on. It needs both of them on to execute Order 66. However, if it's only blue, it short circuits and triggers the fuse. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is very special. This is great. Really quite good. Yeah. This is like what we find inside Jigsaw's lair. You know, in the movies, when they get inside Jigsaw's lair, and for our audio listeners, we just have a simple diagram showing that we need to push the buttons, both buttons, to make the world come to a startling end. The whole world. Okay. Next Bond villain, by the way. I mean, I don't encourage. That's all I'll say. Let's be clear, when you're listening to this, because I know you do, please stop. Just stop. You see, in every household, the fuse is there to cut the circuit from the power source to prevent damage to anything. Normally... Did you get them? Oh, no. Normally, when the fuse goes off, there is no way electrical power would come from the electric grid, and all electrical equipment is now safe. Normally. In my case, I could trigger the fuse to cut this circuit from every other circuit in that house. After that, I could unleash the whole stored energy into this circuit and wreck every electric component connected to it beyond repair. By triggering the fuse, just to go back, this is because 3 people are botting Rift Gold. You went to all this effort because 3 people were botting Rift Gold. Let's just put this back into context as to what's happened here. Rift Platinum. It's all for the greater good. It's for the greater good. It's not. Oh, a lot of these people aren't going to be able to replace their PCs. They won't be able to afford to. How many people in the chat right now could afford to buy a brand new PC right now if yours entirely died? If your computer, every component was fried, who could afford to replace their PC right now? It's not many. With one of equal power. Chris says me. You're being paid too fucking much. That's what's going on with him. Fucker. Insurance for the win. Yeah, but also no. Barely. Yeah. By triggering the fuse, the power source... By triggering the fuse, the power source, my PC, was not cut from the circuit, but the circuit became one contained trap. It would be able to unleash the energy of a lightning into the machines of the guild and destroy the hardware of the whole guild in a single devastating blow. You're so proud of it. That's what's sad. Like, you didn't... I think at some point you lost sight of what caused it, and you just went down a rabbit hole of pain and misery because you had an idea on how to build it. You would create Jurassic Park. You would. 100%. You would create Jurassic Park. You would be first up. You'd be like, yep, let's do it, and let's put these T-Rexes on some habited island. Now, Mike, before you say, but the cables inside the walls would melt and burn, that's not what I was thinking, but sure, that's now a concern that you might burn this house down, all right? I'll tell you this. I made sure the load period of the energy flash would be short enough that this would not happen. I wanted to kill their PCs, not burn down the house. You're a generous soul, aren't you? You're a generous soul. God bless. God bless. By the time someone would have figured out that the power must have come from inside the circuit, I would be gone. Nobody there knew my face or even my voice before this meeting, and no one knew my real name or my home address. Only the vehicle license plate could give a clue to my identity, and I mean, who would take a photo of the plates of their guests? It's true. How many times do you look at somebody's shoes, Andy Dufresne? Also, it would be illegal to change or replace them, so I took the risk. I'm surprised you didn't get like a rental car or something. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Now, like every good super weapon, this much energy must first be charged up, and that took time. At Friday, I only tested the triggering of the fuse and let the capacitors charge up. I planned the flash for Saturday evening, so I had the whole of Friday and almost most of Saturday to hang out with the guildies. And you know what? I had a really good time. Then why are you doing this? It's just game money. It's fake pixel cash. And they're decent people. You're having a good time. It was the first guild meeting. It was my first guild meeting. And being surrounded by all these degenerates with the same interests and hobbies as me was really funny. Most of them I really liked. Anyway, to kill your computers, then came Saturday evening, and the next raid started. Stay on target. Their niceness is probably propaganda. Focus, focus. We have a mission. The capacitors were now charged. I, sitting next to my little EMP, could hear the so familiar humming of the high voltage running through the transformers. The sound still gives me chills to this day. The power of nature in my hands. Jesus Christ, you're enjoying this way too much. The power of nature in my hands. Jesus fucking Christ. After around an hour, during a recovery time after a wipe, I had my finger on the triggers. Only one small movement of my fingers and this whole basement would be filled with around 40,000 euros of unusable electric trash. Just one little push. Please tell me you didn't do it. Please tell me you didn't do it. You're teasing too much. You didn't do it, did you? You pulled out. You grew a conscience. You grew a conscience. And I didn't push the button. I didn't do it. You know, preacher, many people can't name the exact moment when they grew into an adult. But I think this is my moment. You fucking idiots in the chat saying coward. Fuck you. Fuck you. I had the body of an adult, of course. But being an adult means more than just possessing an adult body. I got told that in high school when I came trouncing in like an elephant. It means to know the consequences of one's actions and to live with them, to deal with them appropriately. I made sure nobody could find a trace to me or my computer for this atrocity. I would be safe if I pulled this trigger. But I would also punish those innocent gamers for something that they had no control over. Little Timmy in the starting zone may have received some platinum from bot characters. But that didn't automatically make him guilty. I've put around 150 hours of work into building my EMP. 150 hours? 150 hours you put into that. That's like a playthrough of Divinity. You could play Elden Ring. There's so many better ways to spend that time. There's so many ways to spend that time that are so superior. And now, after those 150 hours of effort, I didn't want to do it anymore. There were innocent people in this guild, and I would not punish them for something they haven't done. As a teacher, I have given myself one golden rules. Under all circumstances, I follow this rule. Okay, what is your moral compass? Are we ready for the moral compass here? That is this, my friends. Regardless of the color of hair, eyes, skin, gender, religion, or nationality, I will always treat everyone equally. Things over which someone has no control will never be a reason to judge that person, and they will bring neither benefit nor harm when judged. Only the actions that person has taken and the choices made are something for which a person can be judged. This rule, every teacher who takes the job seriously has to live by. I couldn't do it. I could not push that trigger because I couldn't just condemn the innocent ones. It would violate my most holy rule, and because of this, I chickened out. And I was devastated. Those stupid feelings of empathy. Stupid empathy. No, I hate empathy. I really hate empathy. Those stupid feelings of empathy and honoring my principles had stopped me from fulfilling my plan. I liked them. I actually liked them as people. How could it have come this far? Well, until now you might say, oh my god, are you for real? But here I have to interrupt the tale. I absolutely know that this all sounds so alien. No sane person would ever even consider doing this or put so much time and effort into something so pointless. I don't know, we're all gamers. We've put a lot of time into pointless shit. High fives? High fives. I can't imagine the most pointless shit I've ever done in my gaming life, but there's some bad shit in there. Yeah, there's some really bad shit in there. Who would go to such lengths just to punish some botters? Make a statement or prove a point? Well, do I sound sane to you? Nope. And to prove that there are people with such extreme and incredible tenacity who are able to pull off such things, I've made this little gift for you in this box I've sent you. You see, the title of this story is not about the story I've told you so far. The story is about you. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Is there something inside this? I can't unscrew it. Let's just keep reading. We'll be fine. Is there an EMP in this? Fuck that. I don't know the range. Any range checkers? It doesn't make a noise. The legendary of the title is something you, the human Mike, and not the YouTuber Preacher, has earned. You, as you are, have achieved something only a handful of people in the entire world were able to achieve, and you didn't even know it. You've impressed me, and also earned my respect. Such a thing has never gone unnoticed and never will be. That sounds so threatening. Like, as a kind gesture that sounds so threatening. I feel, like, uneasy. I feel that one day I'll be somewhere. Some convention, some meetup, something. And you got to walk over to me. I'm going to be nice and say hello and not know it's you. And then you'll say, do you know who I am? And I'll say, no. Who are you? And then you'll say, it's me from Drama Time. And then you'll unsheath your wedding cake sword. And you'll take my head as a trophy and put it in a box. And that will be the end. Right? The Lannisters. You're so dead. You're so dead. Okay. This is something that cannot be bought with money. And as a part of this community, I want to present this gift to you. It is yours. Now it's hammer time. Take your legendary weapon in your hands and read the true story behind it. Oh. Yeah, for our late joiners, the author of this crafted this wonderful hammer for us. It's very real. It is etched, as you can see. With our logo, it is a full-on hammer. It's very heavy, as you can hear. Okay. I present to you Michaela, Judgment of the Preacher. The first I in Michaela is spelled like the E in eagle. Oh, Michaela. Okay. This whole project did cost me nearly 4 months of free time to make, but I don't regret even 1 second of it. I burned myself a couple of times and took some other injuries while making it, but it had to be done. This is not some LARP shit weapon, it's a real one. It is very real. It's very fucking real. This whole one-handed hammer has a mass of 3.7 kilos or around 8 pounds. The veins on the head I carved out by grinding the metal. The Preach Gaming logo is made out of real 24 karat gold. Bullshit, really? No way. It's not just paint. No fucking way. I don't know how to check. I look like I know what I'm doing, right? But I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have absolutely no fucking idea. Ugh. The hide I used is real boar hide. Sorry for not getting one from Elwyn Forest. That's fine. That's okay. The pommel and the head are connected via a rod of stainless steel running all the way through the wooden shaft to grant the stability needed if a weapon chain ever needed to be used. Just in case you know. Okay, I will say this. I love this thing. I do. I'm never killing anybody. All right? I just want to be absolutely clear on this. This is never going to be used as a weapon. My kids picked it up and tried to use it as a weapon because haha, funny hammer. But no, I wouldn't even... Yeah, no, I won't. It's never going to be... I'm sure. I'm not sure. If someone was to break into the office late at night while I'm trying to crush some Elden Ring, I might smack them with a hammer. I'm not strong enough to wield it effectively. I'd have to use it as a 2H. All in all, for this hammer, I use steel, gold, silver, copper, and brass, tin, aluminium, real leather, real hide, and some extra strong glue. I documented the whole crafting process and always kept Bex up to date about the state with some steps to provide a real challenge for me, especially the gold in the logo, for which I come up with my own solution. Smart. Do you know judges use gavels because they resemble the hammer of the god Thor? Because of this, I figured a hammer like Mjolnir would be fitting for you. Myth tells that his hammer Mjolnir was supposed to be a big sledgehammer, but it ended up shorter. Nonetheless, it proved to be a devastating weapon, and legends tell about its power. There is no other weapon like this, and both hammers, Mjolnir and Michaelia, share some similarities. I can assure you, there will be never another hammer like Michaelia again, for such things can only be crafted once in a lifetime. Just like the Silmarils. This shall be your legendary weapon, and you earned it with everything you gave the gaming community. Oh, it's got a little thing. There's an item description. Okay, we've got an item description. I need an epic soundbite for this. Michaelia may never be sold. It can be given as a gift or inherited, but money must never be involved. The judgment of the preacher is to be held only by those who have proven that they follow their heart, despite all the adversity that will come their way. Because they have proven that they do the right thing when everyone else bows down in cowardice, it shall be held only by those who have proven themselves worthy. Michael A. Judgment of the Preacher, one-hander. 8. Oh, look at that damage range. Leet damage, 69 salty damage. There is no such thing as not guilty. 69 salty damage? You're such a troll. You're such a troll. 69 salty damage, coming in hot. 69 salty damage. 4.2 speed, There is nothing I would not do for those I respect and care for. If one of my students really needs help, I'll go to hell and back for them. And if their puppy was forgotten... Why are you bringing up puppies? Don't bring up puppies. And if their puppy was forgotten there, I'll do it again and again and again. Until the demons there fear me more than the Doom Guy. If my gaming community needs me to be a crazy vigilante, nobody needs it. You're good. You're golden. I'm giving you the all clear. You're golden. You're golden. You're fine. If the gaming community needs me to be a crazy vigilante and rampaging teacher that hunts down cheaters all across the genre, very well. We're good. We're good. We took care of it. It's fine. And if an honest man needs to be shown, there will always be people who believe in him, respect him, and care for him, even if it's far beyond a reasonable effort, then so be it. Well, we appreciate it a hell of a lot. The end. We were saved. The PCs were not destroyed, ladies and gentlemen. The PCs were not destroyed. And Michael here will once again take its rightful place in our brand new PG headquarters, right where it belongs, in prime view of everybody who comes into this room. I have absolutely no doubt that across the years, the people who lift this hammer will be ones worthy of your respect, hopefully. Like my children have done that. What a tale. This is not a hammer. It's a smaller slug. I can kind of wield it with one hand, but it's going to kill somebody. It's going to kill somebody. It goes right there next to Ragnaros. It goes right there. I don't think that's a bomb in it. Randos, wear and tear. Well, I did give it to Wiggle Piggle at one point, but that turned out to be a bad idea. 4.2 second swing. It's devastating. It is a devastating, devastating piece of hardware that is no good. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of drama for today, and what a tale it was. I am off to Germany. I cannot wait. I am filled with excitement to my very core to be able to once again be able to cast the World of Warcraft race. I'm looking forward to the most interesting race we possibly have ever had. If you can make it to Hamburg on the 12th, on Saturday the 12th, we would love to see you. I have missed seeing all of you IRL for a couple of years now. For a couple of years. So if you can make it, great. If not, next time. Next time, we will make it and have it happen. So I'll be there. I am generally going to be casting in the afternoons. Our normal streams will stay good. And it should be a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to the Race World First as well. So I hope to see you there. You saw me there a few months ago, though. Yeah, when I was trolling around. Everybody, be good. I'll see you Monday, probably, at some point. Monday. All right? Be awesome. When are the PreachCon tickets? Very soon. Very soon. As our plan. PreachCon will be in full organization mode when I get back from Germany. All right? Be awesome, guys. See you again. Where's my button?